Hey everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it is here and all. It is early and it is Monday the 28th, I believe, of April. I was going to say February. Well, it's not quite that cool. Yesterday was beautiful. Apparently it's supposed to go up to 25 Celsius this week. So let's pray to God. I like the warm weather. I know that everybody will be bitching about it's too hot, but I like it. Anyway, I am available. I do have availabilities this week and over the weekend, of course, and also for house parties. And I'm going to reiterate, the full international, no matter where you are, stateside or Europe or whatever, is 100 US. If you are in Europe, Africa, etc., you do have to also send money for me to pick up a calling card, because I don't do any of that WhatsApp or any of that stuff. I'm not interested. So that we have to figure out, or we can do Zoom, and that's another thing that we can organize. As far as here, it is 113. That is for the full consultation. Usually it is your first and or a catch-up if you haven't been to me in some time. If it's a lighter catch-up, then of course it is the 40-minute consultation, and that is $79.10. That's with HST. Both of them are with HST, and both of those are payable through my email address at starhunterwilliamson@yahoo.ca, not .com.ca. So other than that, we've got through that new moon in Taurus. It was a time for you to be very focused, make some really strong decisions about direction moving forward. We also had that clash, as I spoke about, between Mars in the first degrees of Leo, and of course Pluto in its first degrees of Aquarius. So Aquarians and Leos and Tauruses and Scorpios, and they're the main ones, are all part of that mix in regards to where do I go from here, what's next, what's happening, why is it not, why is there complications. Also, Capricorns and Cancers, that's to do with your money, it's to do with your home. It goes on and on and on. I'd have to sit with you to figure out, where it's hitting you and why and what it's about. Think back to January, whatever was going on in January. And now, of course, we're moving closer to that full moon in Scorpio, which is the death card in tarot. It means transformational, and transforming is what I was wanting to say there. A lot of that has a lot to do too with just direction. It has to do with direction in one's life. I find the full moon in Scorpio saying, okay, we've come to the quarter mark, which is April 1st. Now we're getting into the May, and we're getting into the after this energy. What are you going to do? Where do you go from here? And the other thing that I think is going to be, both things are going to be really powerful. The one is, of course, that Uranus, that rules Aquarius with Saturn, is moving into Gemini, which is going to be the AI explosion and things I've spoken about and everybody's spoken about, because you've got Mercury and Uranus together, and also Pluto's part of that mix. And then, of course, we've got the aspect of Jupiter, which is Sagittarius, moving into Cancer sign, which is, again, a cardinal sign. So it activates, again, the Grand Cross. Again, not religious, but it is Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. And it has to do with different areas of each one of their lives. Aries, for you guys, it's your home. Where do I go? What do I do? How do I expand? Also linked to career. Same thing with Capricorn. It's about how people influence and expand your experience. With Cancer sign, it's your year, man. Like, get ready. I had a girl yesterday's Cancer sign. Get ready. This is your year. Follow through with the things you've said you've wanted to do. Libra, it is your career. It is your social aspect, how people recognize that, and your home. So be ready for all this stuff. It's coming. Gemini's with you. It's also money, how you expand yourself. We're going to see what happens with Donald Trump. Not that I'm trying to be nasty or funny. I just think it's quite hilarious that all this energy is hitting him, because Sag is his moon, which is Jupiter, and his ascendant's Leo, 29 degrees. So he's got it for the whole term. His whole term, he has Jupiter aiding his directive. Pierre Poilievre today, with being election day, he has Jupiter aiding and helping him, being Gemini, and Gemini, Jupiter's in Gemini right now. The North Node being in Pisces is what Carney is, with Moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo is a bit wacky, but we shall see. We shall see how the chips fall. I would sort of say that Canada's in store for a change. I think it's needed, and I mean a new change. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm around. I've gone on long enough. I'm around. It's a beautiful morning. I'm going to make another coffee, sit out here and enjoy it. And like I said, I'm around. Text, give me a call, and we'll talk about things. And house parties, remember, I am booking for minimum of 8. And I look forward to doing the house parties. I just do. Unfortunately, like I said, with it's not unfortunate. It's just that my little girl at this age of her life has to sort of come with me, and she's very good. She's very easy. She sits on the floor with me right there, doesn't bug anybody. So usually this is, to me, if that's an issue, then it's just a ridiculous issue because she's such a good little girl. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. You heard it here first. Cheers.